Hello everyone, I'm Bhavesh, and in this video, we'll be knowing how to compile and execute Java programs right through Notepad++ without the help of any plugins. I do believe that you are already a programmer or you have some knowledge of programming and you're trying to execute Java programs from your Notepad++. Because in this video, we'll be needing some part of your programming knowledge, or otherwise you could just follow the video as it is. First we'll need a folder where we'll be writing all of our Java code. So I have this programs folder. Under this, I'll create a new folder. I'll name it as Java. So this is where I'll be writing all of my Java programs. Now I'll just go to Notepad++. So I've already written this sample Java program, which is a simple hello and a smiley emoticon. My class name is N1, and now I'm going to save it in the folder which we just created. So file, save as. Now one thing that you have to make sure is that I have to save it programs Java. So while naming the file, make sure that your file name is same as your class name. Otherwise, you'll get an error that the main class is actually not found. So I'll save it. Now we have a N1 Java file here under our Java folder. Now we'll go to our normal Notepad, or you could just do it in Notepad++ as well, but I'd prefer the normal Notepad. And over here, now we are going to write a script which will execute our Java programs. Yes, and that would be with the help of batch file. We are going to program a batch file which will compile and execute our Java programs. And if you do not know how to program batch files, don't worry. I'll be explaining each of the statements that I'll be writing. So first, I'll just go ahead and save this as a batch file, all files. In most cases, I'd prefer that you save it in the same folder where your programs are. This will make it handy. So file name, I'll write it as run.bat. Now I've written .bat, which is the extension of a batch file. Without this, your batch file is not going to function. It will remain a text file if you don't write this. So save. Now you can see we have a small gear icon over here, and this is our Windows batch file. Now we'll be writing our script. So the first statement in our script is at echo off. So this will basically turn off all of the display commands on command prompt. As I've already said, that we'll be executing with the help of batch files, and batch files are executed inside command prompt. Yes. So at echof will make sure that none of the commands that we are executing would be displayed. Only the output of our Java program would be displayed. After that, we'll make sure that our command prompt is in the same directory or in the same folder where our Java file is. So our Java file is under the Java folder. So to redirect the command prompt to this folder, what we'll do is that we'll write cd and a forward slash. Now this statement will divert our command prompt to the root directory. And in our case, if we see our root directory, which is here, it is C drive. So the our Java folder is inside the C drive. So the command prompt has now gone into the C drive, and then we'll just go ahead and copy this file address over here, and we'll write cd, and we'll just paste our file address. And now our command prompt is inside our Java folder. So now we have got our access to the Java file. Now we'll be writing a statement that is set path equals. So what will go? This statement is a necessity because after this statement we'll be pasting our path to the JDK file which you have installed. Basically, you install Java development kit, right? So that JDK file is installed on your computer and you need to access that file in order to execute Java compilation or execution programs right from your command prompt. So to get to your JDK file, in most cases it is in your C drive under the program files in the Java folder. So here it is my JDK. I'll just go in the bin, and then we are going to copy this file address, copy, and we'll be pasting it here. So now we have got our access to Java commands which will allow us to compile and execute our Java program. So after executing this, I'll be writing the program CLS, and I'm writing this just to make sure that none of the previously executed commands are displayed on my screen, because I just want the output of my program and not these commands. So this is basically a clear screen command, CLS, in command prompt. And after we have executed this, I want that my output terminal should look a lot more like an actual output terminal. I don't want to see my program in command prompt. So I'd be writing color F0, F0. So this is a statement where which will allow me to change my background color to this color code. So here F stands for the background white and 0 is the foreground text color which will be black. Just like this notepad but in a different font, of course. So now we have set our color so it will look more lively, and after this I'll write echo. So echo is like the print statement of batch file. So echo running Java. So this is just to indicate that we have reached the stage where we are now actually going to execute our Java file. So after that we'll write the line Java C. So Java C is basically a statement your that will convert your n1 Java file into n1.class file. Why dot class? Because the command prompt executes dot class files and not directly the Java file. That's how the interpreter and compiler of Java works. So in order to convert a n1 to a dot class file, I'll be writing n1 dot java. So for Java C, n1 dot java. Now I've got my dot class file. After this, I'll be executing the dot class file by writing java n1. So you may see that in this statement I've written the extension while it's missing here. That is because we are actually referring to two different files which have the same name. So in Java C, I'm referring to this n1 Java file, while in this Java program or Java statement, I'm referring to the class of n1.java, which we have created after the execution of this one statement. So after this, now execution is done or it's going to take place. To denote that it is finished, I'd be writing another statement. So echo semicolon, and now this I've written just to give a blank space between the execution and the ending statement, which I'll just write echo execution ended. So this will tell us that the execution has ended and our output is displayed. And the most important line now, that is pause semicolon. What this statement will do is that it will command the command prompt to stay on your screen until you press any keyboard key on your keyboard. Why so? Because as we are writing Java programs, we want to see the output of our code. And if we don't write this line, the command prompt is simply going to execute the Java program, and it's going to turn away. So basically, you won't be able to see the output. So this is a necessary line. So now we are done with our batch file. So I'll just go ahead and save this. So now our batch file is ready. So at this point, we can actually run and try how it turns out. So running Java. Okay, so it seems that while writing, I've made a mistake. Now you may see that it's actually displaying errors to me, just like an actual output window, and it's displaying only errors to me. So I'll just go and clear this. I've forgotten. So I'll just save this, and now you may see that this message is here. Press any key to continue. This is because of the pause statement that we have written. So I'll just press any key, and it turned away. So I'll try again. Now you can see the hello print statement is there. But this is not the objective of our video. We want to do this from Notepad++. So let's see how do we implement our batch file inside Notepad++. So in order to do this, we are going to go to our file menu bar, and inside this run, then we'll go to run, and here we'll select a program that is to be executed every time the shortcut key is pressed. So I'll just click on these three dots, this, and now I'll go to desktop programs Java. So this is my run batch file that we've just created, and this is the file that we want to execute. And we'll just create save, and now we are going to give this shortcut a name. So I'll just write it as run Java. So that's the name of my shortcut. I'll probably take away this space. Run Java, and we'll be creating a shortcut. So my shortcut should be like shift. So our shortcut should be shift enter. Now conflict is found. We wouldn't worry about that. No. So a conflict is found. So that means there already exists a shortcut like this. So I'll simply take some other key to see. It appears that I can actually use shift plus tab, although there's a conflict here. So I'll just go ahead and press OK. And now we have saved it. So I'll just go ahead and press run. Now you can see we have executed our Java program from our notepad. Now, if you see that I've written this random stuff here, so it should actually show an error to me. And when I press shift tab, which is the dedicated shortcut, you can see that it shows the error. But this is not because it's some automatic job. Rather, this is because of something that I had implemented before. So in my Notepad++, if you go under plugins, I have this autosave feature turned on. And if you don't know how to do that, let me tell you, you have to go to plugins admin, then under available tab, search for auto save. Now the thing is that I've already installed it, so it won't be visible on my screen. So installed. So over here I have installed it. Now once you have installed your autosave plugin, you just click on plugins autosave options, and under option just tick mark these two checkboxes that we have to autosave as soon as Notepad++ loses focus, or when Notepad++ is exited. That would mean that when our focus is shifted from Notepad++ to some other window, the file is automatically saved. This saves our time as well as the effort to manually go ahead and press Ctrl S or from this. And over here we end with our video. I hope you got to learn something and I solved at least a bit of your problem. And if I talk about this method, as long as you know how to execute different programs for our command prompt, you can actually use this with any programming language. So
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like.